students. So today we are starting with the pencil shading. Last time we finished drawing the owl. Now we'll start the shading from the from above the eyes next to the ears. Just observe the strokes that I'm doing. I'm If you notice, I'm just making it darker, a hair kind of line, strokes. So little darker above the eyes with some lines, strokes. Okay, from the center again, I'm just making strokes next to the ears, so it will give a feather effect. Okay, now the top part of the head again. This is how we are shading, students, with random strokes. And now to the side of the face also, start giving strokes like this. See, little darker lines. To give it that fur effect. This is the stroke. Now the eyes. Wherever I'm making dark, you just have to follow the same thing, students. The inner part of the eye, I'm making it dark. The inner part of the face also with light strokes. Same thing on the opposite side. Dark strokes outside. The fur effect. And the inner part of the eye, I'm shading the upper arc. Then the inner face also with light strokes. The heart shape. Students, you can practice the strokes first outside the owl, and then you can try it on the outline of the owl. All my strokes are in the outline of the owl. Wherever you've drawn the outline, there I'm drawing the strokes. So I've just shaded lightly the inner part of the face. Now the beak, it is darker at the joints where both the eyes are meeting. Make it darker. Outline the beak nicely. Like this. Now the center part, I'm just making little longer strokes. The eyes, the eyeballs, another semicircle inside both the eyes. Now for the reflection, first just draw a small circle inside like that. Then shade the rest of the eyeball except that inner circle. You can see I've left us that small circle white itself. That is the reflection of the eye. Any eye you draw, there should be a reflection, isn't it? So that small circle is white. Rest all we have colored it or shaded it. Now the body. See how I'm starting the wing, the left hand side of the wing. If you observe, it is the same stroke, students, that we used on the head. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. strokes here. I'm showing it here so that you understand. Again, some strokes at the bottom of the body, which is meeting the branch. Close strokes, very close. See how close they are. Let your pencil flow lightly. Loose. Leave your pencil loose with the strokes. I'm making those zigzag lines darker. Now the other side of the wing also I'm going to make it dark now. Observe the stroke, students. Random V shapes for the wing. You can even do zigzag lines here. Like this. Some strokes there, and here are some V shapes to show the wing. I'm making it darker here. Under the wing it is darker, the strokes. The center part of the body with a slight curve, no? That also you can make strokes like this. Random zigzag strokes like a small arc in the center. Now the wing, the tail feathers. See, this is the direction I'm doing the strokes. The outline of the wings, I am shading it like this with random strokes. Okay, like this, random strokes. You can see how fast my pencil is moving to make the strokes. Basically, the outline is darker. Now the center line, making it more darker. The claw, the foot of the owl, the U shapes, I made it darker. Now we'll shade the branch. If you observe, one side of the branch, the lower side of the branch is darker. Okay, so that I'm shading it dark. Upper one, you can just give an dark outline like this, and then make the strokes darker, the branches. Observe that I'm coloring the shading only the lower part of the branch, making it darker. Okay, so I've shaded lightly. You can just shade the branch, but the lower part is darker. Okay, now see how I've kept my pencil. I've bent my pencil like this. It is flat on the page like this. Observe For my next shading, how I'm going to shade, use your pencil like this so that you get smoother tones like this. You're just brushing it along the base of the owl's body like this so that I get an even tone of my pencil. See, observe how I've kept to shade it along the outlines of the body. Flatten the pencil like this on the paper and just rub it along the outline. Now use your finger to smoothen it out, or you can use a piece of paper or tissue paper and just smoothen it. You can see it's creating an effect there, a smoky effect. Now if you want some white lines, white part to be seen, you can use your eraser and just rub off a little of the smudge like this. Basically you're using the finger to smudge the shaded area. Okay, now the same thing I'm repeating on my wing, on the owl's wing. Use the finger and just smudge it. Observe the darker tones becomes lighter, so you can make it darker again once you finish smudging the owl. Wherever you need to make it dark, you can make it dark. Upper part of the head also I've smudged, a little bit of the sides. Make the strokes darker if the smudge is too much. You can see I have some white areas also on the face. I've not completely shaded it gray. I need that white area next to the beak, and the body also has some white area down. Wherever I have left the white area, you should also leave the white area. Use your eraser. You can rub off a little space there to make it white, like how I did. See, I'm using the eraser. Wherever I want the highlights of white, I leave it white. Rub the gray shades from there. So yes, your owl is ready. The pencil shading is done. So students, in the next class, we'll start with the next craft. Okay, so I'll bring the details in the next week. For this week, I want you all to finish this and post it in your class notebooks. The details also will be posted in the class materials inside the teams. Thank you, students.